Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com, and uh, I spent Saturday, uh, a lot of it with my grandson, uh, 14 years old, and Sunday was with a young man I just met. He got a hold of me. He lives in Kansas City, and I spent Sunday with him. We had lunch, and then he had lots of questions for me, and he did really well. He was, uh, well, we'll start with my grandson. Uh, they were catering a party, and uh, they they had sandwiches and hamburgers and hot dogs, stuff like that, and they were serving. And my my grandson was the first time that he was with 14 years old, and so he was introduced to real work. He didn't. They got work for him to do, trying to teach him. That's one of the reasons why I tell people to try to start a business of some type. If you have kids, and if you can, 5 years old, 6 years old, 10 years old, work them. And they learn, responsibility. Yeah, that's the first thing they do. And the thing is, and I've been waiting for him. My daughter was, she was kind of slow on getting Grandpa involved with her son, and that's because she got to a degree where the they couldn't introduce him to a lot of things that Grandpa can, and that's why you notice I've been spending more time with him. And and I told her I was real proud of her. I was surprised they had all the equipment that they had, and they were able to haul it out and set it up and do everything. Now, they were further along than what I thought. And then my grandson, he's a good boy when I'm around. And but they mentioned that he starts whining, and I'm tired, and I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, and that's the kind of stuff that I perform well in. And that's why it's easier to teach them when they're young to work, take responsibility. Well, I'm tired. I don't give a damn. Do your damn work. You know what I mean? I'm mean and nasty about it. But then, like I say, I pay. Because their work, they get paid for it. And this is, as a parent, they're having a hard time getting that under control. And I've told her, just let me see it. I'll deal with it. And I can motivate. I motivate people is what I do. And but he did really well. Instead of getting to when we're going home, all this kind of stuff. I'm waiting for him to whine, because I stop it right there. I stop it. And but I say he did really well. And then the Sunday was a young man. He's about 28, and he was one of the odd ones. He's educated, college educated, and he was laughing about college because they don't do well. So he's smart, he thinks. And he does labor, and he's college educated. A lot of college educated people think that they don't need to do labor. and so he's going to be a valuable person in society because he can do weird stuff. Like now, 2 months he's been learning to climb trees, tree climber, and that's what he's been working on in the last couple months. And but he's educated in gardening. Went to Arizona and learned how to grow in the desert. So, but so far, what he's been doing is learning and learning and learning. He hasn't been applying stuff now. This is probably about the first time that he's really been applying. And in other words, he's got a job. He's learning how to do the work. And but like I mentioned to him, he's very valuable. 18 to 21, they're dumb. They do. Now I'm saying this, but they do as they're told. Don't forget, 18 to 21, I was in the Marines, and you do as you're told. And that's why I'm saying it's easier if you learn it when you're a child, and then work and family life, all these kind of things become easier if once you learn, okay, you bit it off, you're going to chew it, you're going to do it. And no whining, no belly aching, just do it. And I learned that really. I did the whining and the belly aching. I did. Like I say, we had restaurants, and but like I say, the Marines straightened me out really quick, and so I was lucky to have something like that. Most people don't get the opportunity like that. So now. But at 28, he can think and it's not just blindly follow. And so he understood what I was saying when I said about the Constitution and morals. If you're guided by the Constitution and morals, you're a good person. And he understands that. And understands if we don't want to do the Constitution, okay, we've got a moral responsibility. So that's opens up another can of worms. But it was interesting to talk to somebody like that. And I was odd. How did you possibly get a hold of one of my videos? And what it was one of the shooting. Somebody told him, he says, this crazy guy talking about shooting. He didn't aim, you have both eyes open, all this kind of stuff. And he thought, well, that's stupid, you know. And then, but the more the videos he watched about that, you start figuring out, well, maybe the guy does this stuff, so maybe he knows something. And that's thinking. And I was real proud of him because he is thinking. He knows to take on work, and he knows bullshit when he sees bullshit. And that's thinking, taking personal responsibility. I'm real proud of him. He's going to do good. And I'm still up in the air about my grandson. He's doing well. My daughter's hard on him, so he says, but Grandpa never got a hold of him yet. But then again, he's trying to learn to man up, and that's really good when he gets around me. And that's the same thing with this 28-year-old. It's hard for him to really man up because the young men are weak. A lot of them, and that's what he was saying, a lot of them his age they whine and they bellyache and they don't want to do stuff, and so it's hard. He's working on the three-man militia, and I explained to him how the Marines worked with three-man militia mentality, and so I think he understands what he needs to do, and he was a good example about old and young working together, because I told him, he'd be a guy that, we won't really hang around together, but as a three-man militia, he would be welcome to be with me. But it's going to be nasty, tough, but he can learn to do it. But anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. I had a very good weekend. It gave me hope on what's going to go on. We're not going to get the United States that we had. That's for sure. That's gone. What there is going to be, you have it's not so much the rich and the poor and the middle class. Forget that. I think it's going to be more of the smart and the dumb, and the dumb will be doing all the work. And now, whether digging holes or like my son, when he was starting in college, he was talking about how he can make all this money, and he just works on computers. And it came to a point where, well, I could hire people like him. He's not the only one. There's a lot of them like that. And since he's got a lot of money, he thinks he's successful. But it's not the money that makes you successful. And it's the people that are smart and can use their hands. And this is what you're not going to find. You're going to find a bunch of smart people, and they think they can hire out all this stuff. They don't. If they can bully you around, they can hire somebody to bully you around, because they don't have the balls to bully you around. They have to hire somebody to do it. And these people are the ones, they're not smart enough. They don't have an idea of the meaning of the Constitution, and they don't have morals. They will do as they're told. They're stupid. And this is what I picture the future of the United States. Hopefully I'm wrong on that, but like I say, I see scared people. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.